Nossa internet não está deixando. Vamos ver se vai dar certo. Depois qualquer coisa eu coloco. Nossa internet não está deixando nossa live, mas vamos ver depois se a gente junta os vídeos. Eles não são de pessoas que costumam ser negadas quando pede explicação. Precisamos de no mínimo tradutores humanos. O primeiro passo é vocês responderem um dos nossos e-mails. Que tal?
Please take a seat and wait for your name to be called. A selection of beverages and snacks are available.
A smaller room.
É possível melhorar a proteção anti-druids entre SV1 e a área de salvão. A maioria dos candidatos fica em silêncio durante a apresentação, mas aqueles que gritam ou choram são ouvidos por quem está esperando a recepção. É só um comentário. What the fuck?
Please proceed into viewing room 1 for an important message regarding the purpose of your visit.
Pela quinta vez, por favor, reabasteça os chás de ervas de recepção se estiver escutando mais câmera em vez de piadas, tempestade e encopte. Que é só... Só hoje que a gente vai fazer o projeto Zero Dawn que essa internet resolveu fazer esse showzinho, né? Vamos lá, gente. Ó.
What was this place?
A holographic theater.
CD01 data intact. Initiating playback.
Welcome to Project Zero Dawn. I am General Harris, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff of the United States of America. I'm sure you've heard the rumors that Zero Dawn is a top-secret super-weapons program, the technological miracle that will save us from the Pharaoh Plague, if Operation Enduring Victory can hold off the robots long enough. The reason I'm sure you've heard the rumors is that I'm the one who spread them, and they are all lies. Zero Dawn is not a super weapons program, and it will not save us. Nothing will save us.
Como assim?
Here's why. By the time the glitch was noticed, it was already too late. Nothing could stop the Pharaoh Plague. Nothing can. Its robots will continue to replicate and devour the biosphere. Life on Earth will be destroyed. Our planet reduced to a barren sphere. Global extinction is inevitable. No matter how many we kill, the robots just keep exponentially making more. If we had their deactivation codes, we could shut them all down, the entire swarm. But since their cryptographic protocols use polyphasic entangled waveforms, cracking a code set would take half a century. At best, we've got 16 months. Not exactly what you'd call a survival option. The destruction of a biosphere is not the sort of apocalypse you can wait out in a fallout shelter or a space station. There will be no Earth left to reclaim. Just a lifeless, toxic rock with several million Pharaoh robots on it, hibernating, waiting for something to eat. This is the horrible truth behind the lies of Operation Enduring Victory. My lies. Lies designed to inspire millions of innocents to sacrifice themselves in battle. Why? One reason. To buy time for you and the work you will do here. Zero Day, the day that life on Earth ceases to exist, is coming fast. It cannot be stopped. The hope of Zero Dawn is that something new might come after. But I will leave it to Elizabeth Silver. Harris, out.
Como assim? Como assim?
That doesn't make sense. Life on Earth didn't cease to exist.
He said it could not be stopped.
But it was. Somehow...
Tô sem
Elizabeth
entender.
saved us. I've got to keep looking. Find out how she did it.
Caramba!
Kestrels. They got in. Through the vents.
Let nothing stop you from learning the truth.
Spread out! If it moves, kill it!
What is this place? Tomb?
Agora eu vi. Esses caras, o que esses caras estão fazendo aqui?
Data points. What did they contain?
Era só esse, só? Parece que tinha um...
I'm sure you now understand the urgency of why we brought you here, Ms. Okilo.
Captain Okilo, are you trying to thank me for not resisting?
I believe we couldn't negotiate a diplomatic solution.
When it came to my country's lithium, it was always a swarm that would be sent to negotiate. Metallurgic International, U.S. Robot Command. The markings changed, but the robots were the same.
You have had considerable experience in human-robot.
Yet I continue to face this horror, even though the challenge was great. Cyber warfare. I thought Zero Dawn would be a Manhattan project to generate the deactivation codes. With the resources I had, I estimated code breaking to be a hopeless endeavor. I was almost looking forward to being proved wrong.
Unfortunately, your estimation was correct.
As your General Hera said. So then, you did not bring me here to commiserate. What is left?
Os candidatos estão desautorizados. É essencial destacar que as outras opções para combater o Praga Ferro preservar a continuação. Se o candidato pedir para ficar sozinho por algum tempo para analisar informações complementares, permite sem hesitação. Certifique sempre a segurança para que o candidato possa ser monitorado caso tente automutilação. O candidato deve ter apenas liberados para prosseguir para a apresentação 2 se acreditar que o estado mental dele é estável o suficiente. Lembre-se que haverá suporte em tempo real através do seu foco. Que tenso.
With Suzanne Alpert, environmental scientist. Doctor?
I'm sorry, I wasn't,
Just stating your name. What were you thinking about, Doctor?
As the General said, not really. I was on the Syzygy East Response Team in 2051, just after the second earthquake compromised the reactor. I still dream about it, after all these years. The red zone spreading on the imaging, slowly, so slowly, like a hand opening its fingers.
Your involvement in that event is why you were asked for by name.
Really? That's interesting. Because nothing worked. Nothing could grow there again. It was a catastrophic failure. But the red zone is a blip compared to global-scale biomass reduction. The biosphere and hydrosphere will collapse, render the Earth uninhabitable long before the robots finish us. Enduring victory can't buy time against that. So, you'd better show me what Zero Dawn really is.
Ninguém fala o que é.
You previously worked for Faro Automated Systems.
On the chariot line self-replication routines. I came here thinking this was a rendition. When your people took me, I thought, about time. I've been trying to swallow the guilt every day since,
Would you like to take a moment?
No, I really hoped Zero Dawn was a way to undo it all. My work. And I'm sorry to say I was ever proud of it, but Ted could really sell a concept, and in the labs, in the light of creation, that first test run, when you saw they understood their own structures, could rebuild themselves from memory and light, there were no limits. God, there were no limits.
Doideira.
Want to discuss?
Oof. So Mama, she was right.
Pardon?
My mother, she took her Bible real serious. Not just Texas Bible serious, Pentecostal serious. Favorite chapter? Revelations. Now, I didn't always understand her on account of all that speaking in tongues and such, but when she did use her words, which, mind if I smoke?
A tobacco cigarette.
Sorry, darling. My taste run classic. Compliments to your team tracked me down. Been a price on my head 18 months now. Sterling Malkeep was me, don't mind admitting. Been plenty of snakesters chasing the bounty too. But I kept the zigging to their zag. How'd you finger me?
I believe Dr. Sobek listed you as an alpha candidate. Priority snatch and grab.
Mas pra
Always
quê?
suspected she had a little thing for me. Hey, I don't suppose you got real coffee in this place. You know, blood coffee? Conflict cappuccinos?
Mr. Tate, I'm clearing you to proceed. Just go.
It is accurate, yes.
So these mechanical monstrosities, they don't just kill people. They feed off them.
Not just people, all organic matter.
Every living thing dissolved into nutrients. Millennia of evolution liquefied. The miracle of life produced a bloody biofuel.
In a word, yes.
Who did this? Pharaoh? That asshole. Is he here?
No, Doctor.
Please, tell him Tom Pate wants a word. Now, get off! Get off! Done.
Que doideira.
Please, you get Ted Pharaoh in here!
There is some mistake. I don't understand why I was brought here. Why would you show me these things? I know that there's already a lot to take in. In the waiting area, I was seated with a Nobel laureate in biophysics and a monk, I think. He spoke neither English nor Mandarin. It is very strange. And General Harris? What was he talking about? The robot swarm, the Pharaoh plague? I understand it is terrible, but it really cannot be stopped? Why tell us this? There are people in Shanghai, my friends, my family, they have joined Operation... There are people in Shanghai, my friends, my family, they have joined Operation Enduring Victory already. It is for nothing? We will all die?
We're going to be able to answer some of these questions.
I just want to know why I am here. It doesn't make sense to me.
You were brought here because of your skill set.
No, that can't be right. I am an art historian. I know Dutch masters, Japanese calligraphy, Gerhard Richter. What does that matter now?
Eles estavam recrutando pessoas, mas pra quê?
CD02 data intact. Initiating playback.
Elizabeth Sobek.
You've heard the bad news, and it's all true. The Pharaoh Plague is devouring the biosphere. Life itself will cease to exist. But does that have to be the end? What if we could give life a future? What if we could build a kind of seed from which, on a dead planet, life could blossom anew? This is the aim, the hope, of Project Zero Dawn. To create a super-intelligent, fully automated terraforming system and bring life back from lifelessness.
Não me vem dizer que eles estão no outro planeta.
At its core, it would need a true AI, fully capable of making the trillions of decisions necessary to reconstitute the biosphere. An immortal guardian, devoted to the reflourishing of life. We call it Gaia. Mother Nature as an AI. But that's just the core of the system. She will need to be surrounded and empowered by a comprehensive suite.
Eles estão cercados, eles estão dentro de domo.
Of Gaia's mind, each dedicated to a specific purpose. Now these aren't AIs, but make no mistake, each presents an engineering challenge more profound than anything the human species has ever before attempted. Hardware that preserves and then gestates the billions of seeds and embryos from which life will be reborn. The construction of underground facilities to hold it all. And that's just the start. We don't have to build the entire system. The beauty of a fully automated terraforming system is that it can build itself. Now, over the days to come, you'll learn how all these functions, all these pieces that you'll be working on, fit together. How we'll race the clock to execute our harvest initiatives, write the software, build the tech and the facilities. How we'll lock it down and seal it up before the inevitable occurs. But even more important, you'll know how it doesn't end here. How Gaia will generate those deactivation codes General Harris talked about, and build the transmission arrays to broadcast them, shutting down the Pharaoh robots for good.
A torre.
How Gaia will not just build, but imagine any conceivable robot it needs to do its work across centuries. From detoxifying the Earth's ravaged atmosphere and poisoned seas, to the regreening of the Earth from cryopreserved seed stalks, to rewilding the Earth with animal life. And then, when all that is done, how a new generation of human beings, spawned at cradle facilities around the globe, will partake of Apollo, the vast archive of human knowledge and cultural achievement from which they will learn of us, our world. And most important, how not to repeat our mistakes. It's not an impossible dream. It is within our grasp if we work tirelessly and stop at nothing to achieve it.
315 anos.
We can't stop life from ending. But if you will help me, help Gaia, we can give it a future. Join me and help make that future real.
Caraca!
The whole Earth destroyed. But then remade?
Yes. By a machine. A machine of creation.
Elizabeth did this. For life. For us.
Então eles estão no planeta Terra. A Terra foi destruída.
If it was part of Gaia, how did it end up in the wreckage of a Pharaoh robot? Why does it want to kill me? And Apollo, the archive of knowledge, what happened to that?
I'm as confused as you are. Maybe the answers lie ahead.
Caramba! Gente, esse jogo foi muito bem feito. Agora você possui informações sobre a verdadeira natureza e propósito do Projeto Zero Dawn, classificado como acima de um secreto. Sendo assim, lamentamos informar que não poderá sair deste local. Há 3 opções disponíveis para você. Por favor, considere cada uma com atenção. Psicólogos treinados estão disponíveis para ajudar você a fazer sua escolha. Participação. Você entrará para a equipe de um superprojeto com base na sua área de atuação. Esteja ciente que o caminho percorrerá ser difícil e o resultado é incerto. Espera-se que você trabalhe no mínimo 80 horas por semana. Será estritamente limitada e monitorada em tempo real após o projeto ser finalizado por completo. Você e a sua família próxima ou 2 pessoas de sua escolha serão transferidos para o Elísio, um ambiente vedado para viver o resto das suas vidas naturais. Caramba! Detenção indeterminada. Caso você se negue a participar do projeto Zero Dawn, será confinado por tempo indeterminado. Você terá 48 horas para fazer sua escolha e após esse período ele será considerado irrevogável. Serão tomadas medidas óbvias para que seu confinamento seja o mais confortável possível, mas você não poderá estabelecer contato com o mundo exterior e a morte dentro de 18 meses devido à praga faro será inevitável. Quando as instalações Zero Dawn forem evacuadas, as pessoas detidas que não desejam optar pela eutanásia médica serão liberadas. Caramba! Eutanásia médica. A informação que você recebeu coloca em xeque compreensivelmente a necessidade de continuar a viver. Caso você prefira pôr fim à sua vida agora, temos disponível eutanásia médica indolor. É necessário aguardar um período de 48 horas, durante o qual você ainda poderá optar por participar do projeto ou submeter-se à detenção. Por favor, notifique um psicólogo quando puder realizar sua escolha, ou caso tenha dúvidas para sanar. Caramba! Que opção do caramba! Aí é saco. Que saco, hein?
Of course I'll do it. To be given the opportunity to rebuild what the damage that I don't feel worthy of it, but I will do it, absolutely.
I want to stress that this was never about your culpability.
It is to me. Dr. Sobek, Margot, they were smart to get out of Pharaoh when they did, but not one of us took it as a warning sign. It just told ourselves that we're cut out for the BTRI cabals. That's the better than rapid innovation. Better at competing, better than the next guy, a better killing machine. Isn't it just amazing how a century and a half of science fiction did nothing to swerve our species from the path of doom?
Caramba, que dilema, hein?
I'm done with that life. I mean, I will work hard, twice as hard to earn this, for my family to have a place in Elysium. I never thought that there could be atonement.
If you're still nauseous.
No, the inhibitors have kicked in. I can't feel the back of my tongue. I wish I could tell you I'd believe in this. But the damage is too great, too extensive, too complete. With all respect to Dr. Sobek's work at Miriam, no. No, life doesn't always find a way to keep going. Sometimes it never comes back. Like Syzygy East. Like the Congo. Like Timor. Like us. That's our reward? A buried city full of terminal patients waiting out the clock?
You grow old together, with your loved ones, in safety.
I don't have loved ones. I suppose I could start a family?
I'm afraid not. All inhabitants of Elysium will be medically sterilized. A habitat capable of sustaining a starting base of 2,000 individuals for up to 100 years is a huge challenge, Dr. Alpert. If the population grows instead of diminishes, everyone will be dead inside 30 years.
I knew it. I just couldn't bring myself to say the words.
I'm sorry?
Finish it. Medical euthanasia.
Ixi.
I want no part of this. I just want it over.
I see. Protocols require a 48-hour waiting period, after which...
Caramba, escolheu.
See to make sure I behave this time?
Security, for your protection. Would you like to discuss how you're feeling?
Sure. I'll tell you. Surprised. No, flabbergasted. Like my own man would say, flabbergasted. That vein pumping in his forehead. I thought you people were just completely underprepared for a spaceflight project. But now I can see it's worse. Much worse. Sobek is a total fantasist, a dangerous fantasist. He's kind of blue skying. It's... Jesus. I'm sorry we wasted each other's time. I'm ready to leave now.
I'm afraid that's not possible.
Everything you're talking about here isn't possible.
I recommend you read the documents regarding your options.
I've seen enough. I'm getting out of here. What are you... You know... Get your hands off me!
Que coisa, hein? Acho que aqui não é nada não. É, acho que tinha pra ver aqui, já vi. Que coisa, hein? Cara, esse projeto Zero Dawn tá me dando dor de cabeça.
Intruder! Get her!
Whatever you do, don't die now.
Caramba!
Word of shadow.
Cadê?
that one.
Pronto. Caramba! Poxa!
I hashed it out with them, what the point of Artemis was. I made it clear I wasn't on board for a global zoo. We haven't exactly proved ourselves to be great custodians in the past few thousand years. So the idea of a reconstituted biosphere, well, it's horrifying, isn't it? A complete horror show. We have no right to take a best guess at this stuff. But the alternative? Nothingness. For there to have been all this and then nothing. And with Charles Ronson running the show, I respect him. He's got a passion to it. He's hot-blooded. So I said I'll do it. I'll put my all into this, literally. When the project is done, I'll take the medical option, thank you. Counselor said I might change my mind. I told him that he didn't know me very well then. For life's sake, I'll do the dirty work. But I want no part of this pathetic, attenuated future on offer. I'm an outdoors man. Never did like the feel of solid-state lighting on my skin.
Mas é neerlandês?
And a wee bit of a claustrophobe, anyway.
Now, those lame FBI black hats at Mockingbird back in the day, I enjoyed schooling them. But maybe I went in too hard on this poor counselor. She was cute, and just going down a checklist after all. Couldn't expect her to see how ridiculous Zero D's ambitions are. God's own budget thrown at a kid playing with a hologram sculptor? Palms up, honey. I'm just calling it like it is. Hey, look, Mom, I'm making nature. Now, if nature is so important, why not let nature take its course? Extinction? That's natural. Zero Dawn? No, ma'am. That ain't. Heck, it's so unnatural to be called an abomination back home, and you know it. That's why you're hiding it. Meanwhile, my little honey of a counselor, she's munching the inside of her cheek. Bad habit. She chewed one of her nails, too. Just one. Not your day, was it, little sweet pea? Saw her quota slipping away. Said, I assume you intend to decline the assignment, Mr. Tate. You kidding me? 18 months hard labor in exchange for 30 years lounging around Elysium watching porn? Sign me up.
Sacanagem, cara.
Zero Dawn. It is art, in a way. An expression on the grandest scale. But there is so much unfairness. Why was I chosen? Was it decided by committee? By algorithm?
Is there another route?
My family will be saved because I happen to graduate in art history? Is this right?
Dr. Soubet? Christina Soubet?
Yes. I met a man, another historian. His fields are Bauhaus and the New Materialists. But he once attended one of my talks. Another unfair chance. Of all the many people in that auditorium, that we should both be here now. And yet, I feel more accepting of my fate. No, it is not fair. Not at all. But for the sake of my family, for the sake of art. Art is alive. It must be able to speak from beyond history and echo in the future, not perish into oblivion. This opportunity, I must do this.
Doideira, cara.
Here we go. Another one of these. Need to find the right configuration. Done. I should check the door nearby. There's a part missing. Maybe there's a storage area nearby.
Hey, I'm done with Brett's incompetence, okay? Somehow, he managed to install an H-emitter node backwards. Everything's in reverse. I don't get paid to clean up Brett's messes. If you want it fixed, send him up to storage for a new emitter, not me. Parker out. Hey, I'm done with Brett's incompetence, okay? Somehow, he managed to install an H-emitter node backwards. Everything's in reverse. I don't get paid to clean up Brett's messes. If you want it fixed, send him up to storage.
Tem que subir ali, né? Pelo que eu entendi. Se dá um jeito de subir lá. Restaura a energia da porta. Ai, tem que entrar aqui. Vamos lá.
Found one. Looks intact. This'll help.
And this now?
That should do the trick. Now let's get that door.
Pra cima. Pro lado, pra baixo. Pra cima, pro lado, pra baixo. Ah, já foi. Pra cima, pro lado, pra baixo, pro lado, pra cima. Até pra cima. Pra cima, pro lado. O que aconteceu? Ah, tá inverso, tá bom. Então é pra baixo. Pro outro lado. Pro lado, pro outro, pra cima, pro lado, pra baixo.
Hey, I'm done with Brett's incompetence, okay? Somehow, he managed to install an H-emitter node backwards. Everything's in reverse. I don't get paid to clean up Brett's messes. If you want it fixed, send him up to storage for a new emitter, not me. Parker out.
Mas tá inverso, tá ao contrário. Se tá pra cima, tá pra baixo. Que estranho. E se esse aqui for pra cá, esse aqui for pra baixo, esse aqui pra cá, esse pra cima e esse pro lado. Nada. Caramba. Então esse aqui tá de ponta cabeça, então ele tá pra baixo. Porque ele colocou o painel de ponta cabeça, filho da mãe. Ups. Ó o cara. Acho que é o chefão que tá lá.
Eclipse. They're here.
Avoid contact.
Lines look good.
Gaia. It's up there. Second floor.
Can you reach it?
So much for avoiding contact. Make this quick.
Caramba. Saco. Deixa eu trocar de arma aqui. Tá. E agora complicou. A internet começou a bugar de novo, logo agora. Tá certo?
Or not.
Ups.
On me!
Elevators non-operational. Stairwells have collapsed.
Farewell.
Cadê? Cadê?
Fear the power of the ship.
Aê!
Room's clear.
Pronto?
For a moment, anyway.
You have to find Gaia.
Calma aí. Calma, não desespera não.
Alert. Structural failure prevents access.
O que é isso aqui? Aqui é onde eu tava, né? Tá. Entendi. tentando olhar tudo aqui pra ver se não tem nada pra trás. Não consigo subir aqui, é isso? Pelo jeito não consigo. Vamos ver aqui. Perdiário. Margo, se eu tivesse qualquer dúvida sobre a sua genialidade, eu não teria escolhido o Alpha Defesto para se preocupar com a idade e estilo de comunicação. Você é quem você é, confie em si mesma, você sabe o que faz. Exemplo, sabe a última versão do seu projeto para a construção do estacionamento de estilo sustentável que armazena matéria-prima? Então, estava excelente. Isso combinado com o diagrama que você fez no núcleo de fundição de prototipagem rápida e o estudo de seleção do local de fundição. Resulta um projeto bastante detalhado e abrangente. É hora de começarmos a construir. Só um detalhe, consulte a imóvel aquilo antes de finalizar o inventário do seu. Primeira tarefa de defesas para fabricar robôs vão produzir as torres de transmissão por ondas que Minerva usará para repassar o código de desativação. Por isso, todos os materiais exóticos têm que ser englobados pelo plano de inventários. Elizabeth. Nossa, cara, era muito detalhista esse jogo. Aí. Uau, bem que você falou que a Gaia preferiu morfologias animais. Tudo bem que isso era de se esperar, já que os robôs dela vão precisar atravessar terrenos acidentados, mas concordo que tem alguma coisa mais aí. O projeto dela não são funcionais, eles meio que parecem bem homenagens e a palavra me vem à cabeça. Como se ela já lamentasse a extinção que está por vir, e não só a extinção da fauna da nossa época, mas também a criaturas de registro de fósseis. Alguns projetos têm referência até a megafauna. Que irado. Bem, seja claro que o lugar inventar, o Hefesto vai dar os meios necessários para ela construir. Queria tanto que a gente estivesse por aqui daqui uns séculos para ver o que ela fez. Caramba, então essa Gaia que fez esses bichos. Então possivelmente não é o Hades, é a própria Gaia que está fazendo esses animais. Esses bichos.
Hello, I'm Margot Shen, and this is Hephaestus. As the name might tip you off, this is going to be the subordinate function that Gaia will use to make lots and lots of robots. Her personal forge. Except, it's not that simple. So you probably noticed that only about a third of you are robotics engineers. The rest, experts in machine cognition, virtual heuristics, that stuff. Well, that's because we aren't going to be the ones designing and building robots. The last thing we want is to burden Gaia with a bunch of outmoded 21st century designs. Waste of time. Our purpose is to empower Gaia to build the robots. And not just build, imagine, from scratch. Any robot she needs, for any conceivable purpose, designed and fabricated at a snap of a finger. Hers. Her finger. So, Hephaestus isn't really the forge. It's more like the knowledge of craft and ingenuity of a mastersmith to wield the hammer. Encoded as software. Virtual creativity made real. Gaia's already learning. In simulation, she's doing some very creative things with fractal assembly and animal morphologies. Her designs aren't about to win the Liam Prize anytime soon, but hey, everyone has to start somewhere. So, yes, time to get started. Let's do this.
I don't get it.
Which part? It's a little technical at places.
If Gaia was designed to save life, why would the robots it makes attack people?
Hello,
Perhaps it loves
I'm
some
Margot
forms
Shen,
of life more
and this
than
is
others.
Hephaestus.
The
As the name might tip you off, this is going to be the subordinate function that Gaia will use to make lots and lots of robots.
Mostly they were docile
Her
until
personal
10,
forge.
15 years ago.
For years, Hephaestus has been forcing cauldrons to make
You
aggressive
probably
machines.
noticed that only about a
I've
third
seen
of
it
you are
myself,
robotics
in the
engineers.
cauldrons. Stalkers, ravagers,
Machine cognition,
hundreds of...
virtual heuristics.
How could it do that? And
Well,
why?
that's because we aren't going to be the ones designing.
Então a Gaia fez esses animais. Essas máquinas são novas. Esses animais não, essas máquinas, né? Que doideira.
I think this is it. Elizabeth Sobek's office. But it's sealed off. There's got to be a way inside.
Keep looking.
More eclipse.
Careful now.
Mais eclipse, mas só que agora eu tô preparado, meu bichão.
Welcome to Apollo, the collective memory of the human species and the wellspring of knowledge for future generations. I am Samina Ebaji. Until recently, I was director of the International Collective Memory Institute in New Tehran. As a heritage professional, I devoted my career to the preservation of human knowledge, creative endeavor, and cultural achievement. Apollo is, therefore, the ultimate embodiment of a lifelong passion, albeit under the very worst circumstances imaginable. The challenges before us are immense. Specifically, we will have to design and implement 4 major initiatives simultaneously. First, the construction of data repositories in cradle facilities around the world ensuring redundancy. Second, the collection and processing of a projected 180 million discrete data entries. 42 zettabytes of data in Mandarin, English, Spanish, and Arabic. Third, the transferal and encoding of all that data onto DNA encapsulated in synthetic fossils. The only medium capacious and durable enough to safeguard it without degradation for the centuries to come. And last, but not least, the development of the holographic interface and gamified curricula, by which future humans will commune with Apollo, progressively unlocking heuristic learning modules, leveling up their knowledge and skills they will need to take control of the terraforming system. That is the future towards which all of our efforts will be directed. Not just the preservation of the past, but the seed for the flourishing of a new tree of knowledge. Welcome, and let us begin.
Que coisa, hein? Nos últimos dias fiz análises minuciosas sobre formas de armazenamento de dados magnético, óptico, quântico, energia, tecnologia, a gente sabe, estão promovendo, mas estudando ao longo dos séculos por pressão e defeito após 300 anos de uso, etc. O DNA encapsulado consegue armazenar facilmente mais de 40 zettabytes que estamos projetando com a Apollo. Claro que ainda há mais detalhes pendentes. Para começar, temos que escolher um material inerte onde serão incorporadas as moléculas. Já estou 16 materiais candidatos. Além de proteger e fabricar o sistema de energia e relicários selados que manterão o DNA a 18 graus Celsius por mais de 1000 anos. Caramba! Vou confessar uma coisa, mas garanto que isso não interferiu a minha escolha. Acho extremamente adequado, ou mesmo propício, o fato de que usaremos o alicerce da vida para proteger o conhecimento humano da extinção provocado pelas máquinas. Não é só irônico, é heróico. A vida é a heroína que baterá a força do esquecimento. Enfim, há muito o que fazer. Até a próxima. Fique em paz, Samina. Caramba! E crânio. Nos últimos 2 meses percebemos dois benefícios de termos adquirido uma cópia da biblioteca Homero da Far Zenith. Graças a isso, os objetivos principais da Apollo estão dentro do cronograma. A Apollo já ultrapassou 40 milhões de dados independentes e continua crescendo. Os módulos científicos físicos já estão praticamente completos e o módulo científicos com software vem logo em seguida. A história mundial, os dados culturais e as registros de mídia também estão dentro do esperado. A preservação de idiomas já está nos estágios finais, mais cedo do que gostaríamos porque não atingimos a meta de preservar 4.500 idiomas. A perda trágica e precoce da Papua Nova Guiné já punha essa meta em xeque desde o início, e a elaboração da emenda deles já está prestes a começar. Falando em emendas heurísticas, o desempenho deles no teste está bom. As crianças e adolescentes manifestam alto engajamento e confiança com os personagens de Aristóteles e Aspásia. Pessoalmente, acho que os dois muito didáticos, principalmente nos debates. Quem dera que metade dos meus professores tivesse sido assim. Cadê? Próximo. No time.
In what should have been a cave of wonders. Look around. See if anything is left.
No time. Sem tempo pra ficar brigando com vocês, galera. Tô andando mesmo só pra tá encontrando alguma coisinha, algum...
Dr. Sobek, please archive this testimonial in Apollo. Cross-reference to all mentions of my name and Operation Enduring Victory. My name is General Aaron Harris. From 2060 to 2066, I served as the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the highest-ranked officer of the United States Armed Forces. The tenure of my command included strategic planning and oversight of Operation Enduring Victory, a falsehood perpetrated on the civilian populations of the United States and other nations during the last 14 months of life on this planet. Before the Pharaoh Plague, I did my job and did it well. I was bold and decisive,
Very well.
crafty in political maneuvers. It wasn't an accident that I rose to my position and became the commander of the largest mechanized force ever assembled.
This'll do.
grande trabalho que você fez, meu amigo. Vou levar essa arma porque nunca se sabe. Dá uma olhada por aqui, né?
Welcome
Ai,
to
que susto!
Hades, Zero Dawn's Extinction Failsafe Protocol, the ultimate killer app. Now, I know what you're thinking. The purpose of Gaia is to resurrect life. So why give her a subordinate function, only purpose of which is to wipe out life all over again? I mean, what the... what? Just plumb crazy, ain't it? Well, no, it isn't. Reconstituting a biosphere? That's a tall order. Tech smart as Gaia may be, odds are she won't get it right the first time. I mean, imagine you're Gaia, 200 years from now, and this new biosphere growing, it's all gone wrong. Alkalines are skyrocketing, coniferous forests eroding under the lash of superstorms that would have drowned Noah. It's chaos, spinning top that won't stop wobbling. Now what are you gonna do? Release phase 1 organisms into that hot mess? Hope their CO2 and methane can balance out what you got started? Hell no. What you're gonna do, Gaia, is step aside while Hades takes over and does what you're just too darn nurturing and life-loving to do, which is burn that misbegotten mess of a biosphere to the ground so Gaia can start over. Okay, not burn, more like reverse terraforming operations and suffocate it. But you get the idea. Hades takes the biosphere back to zero. Square one, blank slate. And then, only then, does it hand the steering wheel back to Gaia and say, try again, old girl. And better this time, or we'll have to do this again. That's Hades. It's pretty badass when you think about it. Extinction on demand.
Caramba, as coisas já começam a ficar mais complicadas.
All for the greater good, of course, but still, kind of metal. So welcome to Hades. Welcome to the void.
Okay, so
Ai, ai, ai.
if that's the original purpose of Hades, why does it want me extinct?
We need more data.
And how does it end up in the wreckage of a Pharaoh Titan, getting worshipped by the Eclipse like some kind of god?
I'm learning as you are, Aloy. Keep searching.
Cara, quanto mais você cava, mais vai ficando difícil. Você só pode estar de brincadeira, Liz Bershcore? Bershcore? Quem disse que o veio TT programa os sons do Bershcore só tá mentindo, você sabe bem, o veio trave não tem troco, não sei esperador. Não, não é Bershcore, é laboratório Hades, fazendo para paredes tremerem e as pessoas rangerem os dentes. O death metal, menina, música clássica, a maioria dos anos 80 e 90. Também peguei uns deathcore holandeses, gore grind japoneses e uns troços suecos com temática canibal. Chega aí se quiser ouvir também. Sobre o seu pedido para baixar, tá não, Lisa. É assim que eu programo, baixar meu death metal, então fala logo para eu abandonar os estimulados. Chocolate, vidros de dentes industriais, pelo que me falaram, a gente tá aqui embaixo para programar o Hades. Você quer mesmo que eu programe um protocolo de edição sem usar death metal como inspiração? Negativo, acho que não. Caramba! Que horror! Desde falando, eu tomei 3 das azuis agorinha, mas foi merecido. Finalmente achei um meio termo para resolver o problema de extrema autoridade executiva da Gaia. Se isso não vale 10 ou 12 horas de sono, o que vale? Antes desse meio termo, todo protocolo de usurpação que programei falhava na simulação, ou porque ele pegava muito pesado ou muito leve. Quando pegava pesado, ele desagradava o núcleo de Gaia. Ok, ele conseguia tirar as mãos metafóricas dela do volante metafórico para dar os controles para o Hades, mas fazia isso quebrando as mãos dela, e às vezes até os braços, então não rolava. Tudo depende de Gaia tomar o controle depois que Hades terminar o serviço. Então eu precisava de uma solução que não arrebentasse a Gaia de vez. Quando pegava leve, a Gaia só fingia que cedia o controle. Em todas as simulações, o Hades tomava o sistema de terraformação e revertia as operações, mas a Gaia ficava ali na moita, só desfazendo os processos de Hades e falsificando a telemetria para esconder que ela estava interferindo. Que danada, sério, a Gaia faz qualquer coisa para preservar a vida, mesmo que essa vida seja um plantinha de simulação. O que descobri foi que a solução, na medida, é isolar Gaia num casco protetor, resguardando a integridade dela, e então sentar e fazer sua arte. Eita, as azuis já estão batendo, então acho que não estou sabendo explicar bem, mas é quase certo que funciona. As azuis bateram mesmo, acho que está na hora de dormir e deitar. Amanhã eu continuo. Falou. Caramba. Doideira. Sr. Tate, essa mensagem se refere ao envio da biblioteca Paulo 166 envio em apenas 5 dias. Veja só a coincidência. Apesar de avisos anteriores em materiais inadequados, você escolheu enviar 265 masterização holográfica de classes reconhecidos do cinema de exploração extrema. Permite então agradecer-lhe por 2 motivos. Por me dar a satisfação de recusar seu pedido, sentenciando assim seus filmes favoritos de tortura europeia e toda a raça e o esquecimento. O meu coração fica bem mais leve em saber que poupei a futura humanidade de tudo que assistir não só uma, mas 16 edições de criar uma centopeia. Não se preocupe, a obra da... centopeia, mano. 3 edições. Não se preocupe, a obra de Pasolini já foi preservada até extremo, mas é arte. Por esclarecer um conceito que sempre foi ambíguo, eticamente complicado para arquivistas como eu, e definição de obsceno, você me afastou do campo minado de subjetividade relativa à famosa frase do juiz Potter. Só vou saber quando olhar, graças a você. Agora posso explicar um único critério objetivo. Se Travis a Tate quer, então é obsceno. Por isso instruí a equipe Apollo a rejeitar sumariamente todos os seus futuros pedidos sem querer olhar. Talvez assim você use o tempo que gastaria preparando novos pedidos, como, sei lá, as tarefas que lhe atribuíram. Afinal, todos nós temos um mundo para salvar, ou pelo menos é isso que o resto de nós tem para fazer. Caramba. Que doideira.
Hello. Looks like the only way onwards.
Welcome to Eleuthia, the crown and king of Gaia's subordinate functions. For it is by Eleuthia that the human race will continue to exist. I am Patrick Brochard-Klein, the alpha in charge of this program. Now let one thing be perfectly clear from the outset. Eleuthia is not a genetic engineering project. Our goal is to preserve the human genome, not alter it.
Que é do genoma.
A snapshot of human genetic diversity, literally frozen in time. The genetic quintessence of our species, unmodified. Under my watch, our activities and initiatives will comply with the 2034 clone provisions and the 2048 Rally Accords. Now that may seem a quaint, even trivial concern to you in light of present circumstances, but as one of the authors of the Accords, it is far from trivial to me. The practical challenges before us are staggering in scope and complexity, but not insurmountable. No. Global collation and provisional storage of zygotes, perfection of exogenic technologies, design and perfection of servitors. to provide nurture and inculcation during early child development, all of these program components must and will proceed in tandem. To say nothing of the breakneck construction of cradle facilities at sites around the world. So, si vous êtes prêts, let us begin.
Interessante. Câmeras exogêneas chegaram há 2 dias. Passei os últimos 36 horas na simulação do documento. Não sei o que vocês deram ao Fernando em troca de câmeras, mas valeu a pena. Deu uma salva, os embriologistas devem superar. Ele é embriologista, então, né? Pelo que eu entendi.
Are these what I think they are?
Artificial wombs. Machines to spawn a new generation of human beings.
Desenvolvimento de personas artificiais para servidores, berçários e educadores funciona em ritmo satisfatório para esses controles de Turing. Como meta, isso permite que empatia e improvisações limitadas sem prejudicar os componentes modificados. O software de alterar personas com base nesses estímulos, no entanto, está mais desafiador do que o previsto. O que mais preocupa é o ciclo vicioso de reação entre personas curandeira e corretora. Também não existem relatórios de um incidente em que uma servidora ou como persona da mãe intervir no comportamento do servidor correto. Pode chamar a anexão planejamento. Caramba. Tá, Elizabeth é um berçário selado. 01 foi selado com sucesso antes que fosse detectado por enxame que atravessou a província de Xinjiang. A resposta dos sistemas especiais está boa. Para uma primeira imagem está ótimo. Com relação à minha discussão com os betas acerca da seleção de esgotos, é claro que entendo que temos recursos limitados para executar simulações sobre o fluxo de higiene dos nossos futuros humanos. Mas todos concordamos que há margem para melhorias nas futuras populações dos berçários. Assim, além de supervisionar pessoalmente a conclusão de Litia 2 dentro do Monte Namuli, irei formular e propor um novo plano de seleção de esgotos dessa semana. Caramba! Certeza que ela é um clone.
Cradle facilities. Elizabeth said a new generation of humans would be spawned inside such places.
She did.
Oh, Mother Mountain. It was one of them?
There's only one way to be sure.
The hatch wouldn't open. Something about a corrupted alpha registry. I need to search Elizabeth's office.
Pelo jeito não tem jeito. Dá uma olhada pra cá.
Pure logic won't cut it, Ted. To pull this off, Gaia's going to need to have some skin in the game. It has to care.
What if it runs amok? Have we learned nothing from our mistakes?
Your mistakes, I think you mean?
All I'm saying is give it a kill switch.
She was just born, Ted. I'm not gonna put a gun to her head while she's still in the cradle.
You talk like it's a child. What if it becomes a monster?
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
Of course, Gaia, go on.
I'm sorry to contradict you, but Mr. Farrow's argument is sound. At this point, the development of my psyche is not entirely predictable. To ensure preservation of life, a hardwired override is, I believe, a necessary safeguard.
There. Satisfied, Ted?
Jeez, Liz, just do what it says.
Ai, 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 ai.
Looks like it used to hold something.
Lots would benefit from antilope morphologies, though caprid forms show superior load-bearing capability.
You're a quick study, Gaia.
Dr. Sobek, as I have conducted this comparative analysis of mammalian morphologies, I've gathered extensive data on the quaternary extinction event.
Oh? And your assessment? Gaia?
Logically speaking, the extinction was a natural consequence.
And yet,
I find the loss of megafaunal species unaccountably sad. That they passed forever into oblivion causes me to experience a grief that is difficult to describe. Am I malfunctioning?
No, Gaia, you're not. This is good. It's very good.
Caramba, a inteligência artificial é muito boa dela.
You will undergo a brief period of unconsciousness during relocation to Prime and final instatement.
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
When you're back up and running at the new site, we'll bring the subordinate functions online and see where we stand.
Elizabeth, I detect distress. Are you all right?
I'm fine.
I realize that circumstances compel us to launch earlier than we hoped, but all subsystems are operational. The odds stand in our favor.
But what if... Gaia, there's nothing left out there. You can't even survive unless you're wearing an environmental suit. There are billions dead, in fear and agony. What if it was all for nothing?
Elizabeth, extinction was inevitable. Thanks to you, life will have a future.
You really believe that?
I believe in you, Elizabeth. In you, all things.
Caramba! Que tenso!
Got too much already.
Receio ter péssimas notícias. Far Zenith me informou que a missão Odisseia falhou. Ontem à noite a telemetria indicou que a falha catastrófica na contenção de antimatéria enquanto os motores se preparavam para sair do sistema solar, a nave, tripulação e a carga dos esgotos e sementes, a versão alfa da Apollo, tudo foi perdido. Agora Zero dá a única esperança para a continuidade da espécie. Caramba! Mandaram uma nave... Que saco, hein? Estava avançado, Liz. Tenho certeza disso que as palavras ainda valem algo. Tive que usar todas as cartas na manga ou negociar os zoológicos congelados para obter amostras. Tantas amostras de espécies parecem terríveis dioramas holográficos suspensos em cenário. E se mais de 14 mil já foram extintas entre 2000 e 2043, começamos a mapear uma sucessão primária, selecionando os organismos pioneiros para Uma biosfera balanceada e sustentável. Micro-organismos, insetos, coelhos e raculos e rabos e lobos. Ah, não. Raposas e lobos. Os lobos eu não vi, só vi raposa. Outros milhares terão que esperar a vez até que a nova geração possa ter confiança com o dever de restaurá-los, para que eles possam retornar ao mundo que dessa vez entenderão o conceito de preservação antes que seja tarde demais. Já houve tarde demais. Perdemos uma equipe de coleta completa durante a invasão em chama em Myanmar. As amostras que perdemos lá são bem insubstituíveis. Mas dessa vocês, Liz. O ciclo da vida não será quebrado. A Terra já foi uma rocha sem vida antes, e algum dia será novamente, mas não agora, não assim, não sob nossos cuidados. Caramba, que legal. Ok, vamos ver.
The Alpha Registry master file.
Intact?
Yeah. No signs of corruption.
Then what are you waiting for? Copy the file.
With this, I can restore the registry at the hatch inside Allmother. Open it. Go inside.
And grasp the secrets within.
Where I was born. Maybe who gave birth to me.
Who? Are you really so naive? There will be no who waiting for you there, Aloy. Whatever birthed you into the world was a what, not a who.
You bastard.
Oh no, I had a legitimate birth. It's you, Aloy, who are the creation of a machine.
Nossa, sacanagem,
What
tadinho.
kind of machine and why? Why were you created?
Ah, que beleza.
Eclipse.
You need to get out of there. What you found is too valuable. You're too valuable.
Caramba. É bem o cara, olha. Saco. Que saco.
Still alive. Good. I have a more suitable death in mind for you, child.
Que saco. Agora que são elas.
My entire life, I've always known one thing with prophetic certainty. That I was destined for glory as a great champion of the sun. Even when Jiran was murdered, even when Meridian fell, I never doubted my destiny. Until you came along.
Que beleza, agora não tem
When I
nada.
heard that you had survived, a doubt took root in my mind. As sure as the sun rises and falls each day, those I am bade to kill die. And yet I failed. How? Why? With each dig site you attacked, each loyal soldier you killed, this pestering doubt grew. It grew when High Priest Bahavas went missing. And when the true Sun King Itamen was snatched away. It not only grew, but multiplied. I kept thinking of the moment my knife pierced your throat. One twist, a simple tug of the blade, and you would have bled out. In slaughter, I am a practiced hand. So why hesitate? Why fail my destined purpose?
See that scar on your cheek? You didn't get to finish.
Yes, I remember. He fought well. For a savage.
His name was Rost, and he was a better man than you could ever hope to be.
The better man is the one who doesn't end up with his guts steaming on the ground. No. It wasn't him. I could have finished you before he attacked. But I didn't. This failing troubled my thoughts. Haunted every step. It was only when I captured you, down in that place that I finally glimpsed the sun's design etched at length across the course of events.
É massa que o colar deles são balas de metralhadora.
Meant to interfere at dig sites and kill my men.
Fuzil, aqueles fuzilzão grande.
Meant to eliminate High Priest Bahavas. Meant to snatch Itamen away. Conversely, I was meant to capture you. Here. So that you might die as a sacrificial offering to the sun. Everything as it was meant to be. Predestined and preordained.
Que saco. Ele vai me jogar lá pra lutar com o Colosso.
Some destiny. You're following orders, not some grand cosmic design. You're a puppet, with Hades yanking the strings. A pawn pushed around by larger forces. It'd be laughable if there weren't so much killing involved. Hades is an ancient machine, not the buried shadow of Karja myth. It doesn't care about Meridian. It wants to kill everything and everyone. And you are its dutiful slave.
I serve not the buried shadow, but the sun in shadow. All halves of nature joined to one cause. Shadow to sun, dark to light.
Do you really not hear how ridiculous that sounds? You've gone from serving an insane homicidal Sun King to an insane homicidal machine. You're moving down in the world, not up.
I'll remember those words as I watch your corpse burn. Whatever's left of it. You fail to grasp the point. As surely as you've been conquered, so has all doubt. And with certainty of belief comes unstoppable force.
Then enter this cage and put your faith to the test. See if things work out like you expect.
The circle has closed. Every element is in its proper place, exactly where it belongs. The errant beast, now caged, will serve her true purpose. A sacrificial animal. Oh, speaking of sacrifice, I forgot to tell you. After you crashed the Eclipse network, I sent messengers into the east to rally the forces there and mount an invasion of the sacred land. I ordered every Nora killed. I was hoping to catch you there, but alas, it all seems to have been unnecessary.
Que filho da mãe.
Why butcher dozens of innocents for no gain? It's a waste of effort.
You're right. I won't even be there to enjoy it. In any case, I couldn't recall the order even if I wished to. Thanks to your destruction of the network, communication over distances is impossible. You not only doomed yourself, but an entire tribe. Do we not see the scorching judgment of the sun in these events? Your focus, such a powerful device, isn't
Vai
it?
quebrar.
And yet, so fragile.
Caramba.
So you see, this time, I did not hesitate. The knife has already been twisted.
Agora ferrou. Agora ferrou. Agora enrolou mesmo. Não tenho foco, não tenho arma.
Karja faithful, rejoice! Our years in shadow are over. A new dawn trembles on the horizon. A new day soon to break. And when it does, the false Sun King will be dead, and Holy Meridian ours once more. In this, I have become an instrument of prophecy. All halves of nature join to one cause. Shadow to sun, light to dark, night to day. Behold!
Ai, caramba.
Hold your seats! Can you not see the proof of the sun's blessing before your eyes? How else could shadows such as these prowl in broad light of day? Were they not approved by the sun and joined to our cause? Many years ago, to consecrate this great ring, the Radiant Tyrann ordered many faithless, crushed beneath the hooves of the behemoth. Mighty is the behemoth in the eyes of the sun, but it is mightier still, infused with the power of shadow.
Essas máquinas foram criadas pela inteligência artificial e as outras são da antigo faro. Caramba, lá vamos nós. Que maravilha.
I'll never beat that thing without weapons. My weapons are up on the platform. There's no way out of this ring. Maybe I could use the strength against it. That makes a mess. That pillar's weak. Another hit, and that pillar will come down. He's coming. That did it. One more pillar and that platform will come down. And my weapons won't. Gotta get out of the way. That makes a mess. I should try luring the behemoth into the pillars.
Bem. Agora a gente vai conversar. Vamos lá, meu filho. Vamos brincar.
Hey! Guess who got a weapon?
Vamos brincar. Brutamontes. O Colossal é o quê? Ele não tem nenhuma fraqueza. Congelante, lacerante, lacerante.
Now you're just a big dumb target. Come and get it! That canister on its belly. Looks important. swift attacks.
Bora cá. Correr, porque vai que ele manda outro bicho. Caramba. Eu jurei que ia... Ah, agora vai ficar bom. Agora vai ficar bom.
Kill her!
Why leave it to them? Come get me yourself!
Ah, agora ficou complicado. Ah, rapaz. O rei. Muito bom! Silence! Ah, caraca! Porra, é isso! Agora nós estamos falando! Muito bom! Muito bom, velho, muito bom. É disso que nós estamos brincando, falando. Muito bom esse jogo, velho. Caralho. Muito bom. Caramba, muito bom.
So you're here. Really here. You risked your life.
Of course I did. If you'd been killed, the Nora's sacred mountain would never have given up its secrets.
Too bad you wasted your time, then. Helis destroyed my focus. And the Alpha Registry with it.
Not at all. The whole time I've been monitoring your focus, I've duplicated every data file you scanned. Installing that data to a new focus was trivial and easy. Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big lad.
You're really good at making it impossible to like you, Silence. But I guess I need this.
É perfeito.
It's time to see where you were born. Maybe you'll even learn why.
Yeah. Meet the machine that birthed me into this world. Isn't that how you put it?
I'll be off.
Wait.
Yes?
How did you track my location when I wasn't wearing a focus?
Really, Aloy. It doesn't take a genius to surmise that Helis would throw you into the sun ring at high noon. I wore out 2 striders getting here in time, but I did.
Eu acho que ele é uma máquina, cara. Olha o corpo dele.
Since when can you override machines?
Ever since you discovered the technique. I had to destroy a corruptor to obtain the necessary parts, of course. But your example showed me how to do that as well. Yet another benefit of monitoring your activities through the focus. Truth be told, the underlying logic of the technique isn't so different from rites practiced by Banuk shamans. Though, of course,
Ah, não. Quer dizer, é porque ele é de Banuk.
Great. You're welcome, I guess. Helis recognized you back in the Sun Ring. You told me that you'd assisted the eclipse. Not that you knew the man who killed my... who almost killed me.
So now you know. The man is a serious threat. So let's do all we can to make sure that he and Hades don't succeed.
Right.
Cara, que entrada triunfal. Caramba.
I'll be on my way. To make matters worse, Helis ordered an Eclipse detachment to attack the Norse Sacred Land. The tribe's already weak. They won't stand a chance. You should come with me.
Well, absolutely not. I have preparations to make elsewhere.
What kind of... Why do I bother asking? You're not gonna tell me.
When the time is right, I'll be in touch. I'll contact
Cara, ele é o melhor personagem, caramba.
In the meantime, should you need to return to Shadow Carja territory, I brought armor to conceal your identity.
You think of everything, don't you?
One of us has to. Aloy, when you were recovering the Alpha Registry down in the Zero Dawn bunker, I was needlessly cruel. For your sake, I hope there is someone waiting there for you inside the mountain. Not a what, but a who. Yeah!
This wind isn't gentle.
Tá. Principal coração da Nora, secundárias arsenal antigo. Obtém as baterias. E até agora. Sombra resoluta. Essa armadura de falcões será um ótimo para proteger os usuários contra efeitos. Corrupção. Que legal. Que massa. Bom, pessoal. Finalizamos aí com chave de ouro, né? Silas resgatando a gente, né? Muito bom. Será que apareceu alguma missão? O mapa tá limpo. Agora as missões que a gente tem é só as principais. O resto tá tudo bem. E é isso. Na próxima live nós vamos salvar as noras. Porque elas vão ser atacadas por um exército do mal, né? Dos bandidos. Mas é isso. Eclipse está indo contra o coração da mãe. E obrigado por você que está vendo a live, dependendo de quando for. Novamente um bom dia, uma boa tarde, boa noite. Eu sou o Garibaldi e valeu! Até a próxima com Horizon Zero Dawn. Falou!